Greetings in Christ, it's Father Mark. This is the second of two videos dealing with the narrative budget for our church in 2023. The vestry decided to try something new this year rather than just simply applying numbers to paper, but tried to talk about in qualitative terms what we want the ministry of our church to look like. In the first video, I shared with you thoughts on buildings and grounds, pastoral care, worship, and music ministry. In this video, I'm going to be sharing briefly thoughts about Christian formation, evangelism and outreach, fellowship, and ministry with our school. So with regard to Christian formation, our baptismal covenant calls us to grow into the full stature of Christ. It imagines that life in Christ is one of lifelong learning. Therefore, we want to offer educational opportunities that lead people of all ages into the knowledge and power of God in Christ. So we're talking more than just Sunday school for our youngest members. That we're talking more than youth group for middle school and high school. We're talking about a program that reaches from full adulthood all the way down to those whom we bring into the life of the church through baptism. We want to develop biblical literacy to deepen our ability to see God at work in the world and to listen to God's call to action. With regard to evangelism and outreach, we want to develop the desire and the confidence to speak about the hope that is within us. And we want to be able to develop the ability to invite our neighbors into fellowship with Christ. We want to develop social media and website presence that is easy to navigate and invites people to participate in our life in Christ. We want to become more aware of the needs of our neighbors and to develop events that invite our neighbors into our fellowship. So this might not always be something that is easily identifiable as distinctly Christian. Our pet blessings are coming up. Offering pet blessings to the neighborhood might be a way of evangelizing and reaching out, touching that very special part of life that pets fill in the lives of our families. When we talk about fellowship, we currently have Saints and Sinners, the men's and women's groups that share fellowship on once a month on Friday nights. But we want to develop a variety of opportunities for parishioners to deepen their relationships with one another so that Christ can be manifest among us and that we can become more aware of how we can support one another in our life in Christ. We want to develop genuine friendships and learn how to exercise the spiritual gift of hospitality. One of the most exciting aspects of our church's ministry in 2023 is the emergence of a new desire to engage ministry with our school, not only with our vestry, but the school board's interest in sharing ministry, building up what the marketers would call a brand in Edmond so that St. Mary's would be easily recognizable and identifiable and would serve as a focal point of integration with the community. So we want to develop a partnership with the school so that we can draw on one another's strengths in ways that build the awareness that the Episcopal Church is alive and well in Edmond. We want to be more effective in ministering to the educational and spiritual needs of younger families. A large number of families that are educating their children in our school don't have a firm foundation in a religious community of faith. And they rely on the school to provide that. And the school does a pretty good job, but not the same as life within a parish. So we would like to develop the sense that both school and parish work hand in hand for the mutual fulfillment of families and children in building up not only their educational abilities, but their spiritual awareness as well. We want to enrich the lives of students and their parents, the faculty, and our parishioners. And this is an opportunity that I must say is at its zenith. It's at a high point in 20 years. We have never mutually been at the same time at the place where we are now. And I'm very, very excited about that. So as I said, the vestry is going to take this narrative, continue to talk about it, but we will be applying numbers to these categories, sharing those numbers with you. And what the vestry is asking of you is that you would spend some time in prayer and discernment and how best you can employ your financial resources to benefit the ministry that we are called to in Christ. You'll be hearing more about this, but thank you for spending time with me. The peace of the Lord be always with you.